welcome to the Mhmm podcast. It's been a while since we've been here, but now we are here. And it is amazing because the team has grown. This episode will be the episode that introduce our team members at Frame Studios, one of the best agencies in the Bahamas.
Shout out
Putting
to
it
us.
out there. Dedicated guys who know what they're doing. Once you give them the mission, it's completed. You don't have to look over your shoulders, micromanage, none of that. And at Frame Studios, just want to let y'all know we do everything. We are a creative agency that does digital graphics, videos, photography, so on and so forth. But we have a good episode for you guys today. It is titled, Is Being a Creative Actually Worth It?
You ain't even introduce the new team.
I got
You know what? I
introduced
think
them after.
they assume.
No.
Assume everybody know. You
No,
should.
I get introduced them after the title. But
Wow.
that's our title.
It's
See,
it's because I light skin.
the bickering start already with SL.
He's
But
Constructive
I'm
criticism.
gonna
I don't
allow
think it's bickering.
SL to introduce our team.
so you're being Tim Cook right now.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Take it away.
Pass
Take it
the
away,
baton.
SL. Yeah, we got a new team. We've expanded the team. Two experts in the field, Tariq Cartwright and Jay Phoenix. You know his real name is Jay Phoenix? Jay
Full
Michael
government.
Phoenix.
The Govy.
My boy, like Chad Ochocinco.
Exactly.
Go on,
Government
change his
name.
last name for
His
that.
government name is Jay. That's registered. That's registered, right?
Registered. Passport.
That on your
driver's
passport?
license. Birth certificate. Yeah.
Wow. You need to change
everything.
your name.
The what?
I have no idea.
I like Petito. I petty.
I like that. I like that. But yeah, guys, tell us a little bit about yourselves, your role in Frame, and we can get the real episode started.
You want to go light skin, brother?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh my
That's creative right there. You go.
J. Michael Phoenix, serial entrepreneur, destination wedding. I won't say expert, but I've been in the game for a long time. I think I'm going on 20 years now. I'm getting old. 41 this year. Jesus.
Nice.
It's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride. I consider myself a serial entrepreneur. I've had the same pleasure of having my work showcased at the National Art Gallery and one of the national exhibits. I've worked for many media houses, so I've had a taste of print media, radio, TV broadcasts, everything. So, and I'm a bit of controversial type. So
No,
we'll see where
we
this
know.
journey
we
goes.
can get canceled. We can get canceled.
Don't get us canceled,
We
please.
can get us canceled.
Don't get us canceled.
So picking up where Jay left off, I'm not as
Choose the right words now.
yearly experienced as you guys.
Wow.
Season.
A little salt and pepper.
I sound ageist.
Ageist. No man. We politically correct on here at times. But I say that to say I started off as more of a hobbyist photographer, just because I like the aesthetic of it, per se. I started with landscapes and so forth, and then I graduated into shooting people in their natural atmosphere, like candids, making sure that they could see themselves how the world see them in a way, but eventually I took it a little bit more seriously, started to monetize as more of a side gig, extra corn with this economy, inflation killing you. See what I'm saying? But
That's the hard goal coming out of him now.
yeah, you got to represent Camp Road where we go. But overall, it became a lot of a passion in terms of love for what I do, get and connect with these guys. The first time I met Jay, I met him as Michael Phoenix, Happy Foods.
Oh yeah, happy foods.
But
So,
overall, it's been a good journey. I'm here in a new chapter with these guys at the podcast. That might sound familiar to y'all. Drop the sound.
Oh, yeah, you wish I could drop it. I didn't know what's on the
It in there. But I ain't gonna talk too long. But that's me. It's Ty, guys. AKA Like Daddy.
Of course. We got an exciting season lined up. We got guests lined up this season. I'm excited about that. It'll no longer be just Monty and I talking back and forth.
As you
Y'all
can
should
see.
have do guests from long time though.
Yeah, we can have some nice guests this season, so we have a lot to look forward to. But let's jump right into it. Our new episode, which is going to talk about the creative industry. Is being a creative actually worth it?
Depends on who you ask.
It depends on who you ask. Because, okay, first off, the creative industry, one of our points that we brought up was the creative industry rewards the wrong things, right? My first question to the table, to our panel of esteemed speakers, esteemed speakers, have we reached a point where followers matter more than talent?
Depends on in which aspect. 'Cause
Yes and no.
You could see it.
Yes and no. I think the art always will speak for itself, and people, the right people, if you're doing it for the right reasons, the right people will always gravitate to great work.
Right.
I think those that want to deal, maybe want to be a part of the FOMO aspect of it, they tend to gravitate towards what is popular, and then you see those flashes in the pond fizzle out because they get extreme burnout because they can't handle that
Demand.
demand and workload. So I think it's a yes and no situation. It has helped the industry to grow
Definitely.
and for more eyes to be on talented people. So you have to take it and kind of allow it to, even if you're not into it, you have to be a part of it.
Yeah, very, 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 very true. But that leads to the point of our companies, individuals hiring creatives for quality or the audience. Now, I have my very specific view on this, but I want to hear what my brothers have to say on
Exposure
this,
pay?
on that matter.
Are we talking about exposure pay?
Not necessarily exposure pay. I just so let me tell you on my point. My point is that now I feel that because of the last, I guess I would say 10 years or so, companies and individuals have pulled back because the cost of living has gone up extremely high. And as a company or as an individual, spending has reduced. And so for us as creatives, being in that position where we offer a service, I feel like, for lack of a better word, we are now accepting more mediocre work or substandard work because we don't want to pay for it versus hiring true creatives that can create quality premium work. The people that are making the money or getting, I guess, a piece of the pie are the ones who are
Low priced.
low priced, who are average, who are even in most cases substandard. That's my view on it.
I mean, and there is some level of nepotism because don't forget we're a small island nation as well. And nepotism always plays a way in it.
who you
Network is
know.
a network.
Yeah.
So you got to work that aspect of it. But I do agree with you. A lot of companies, unfortunately, they tend to look at that dollar, that bottom dollar, and if it's okay enough to pass, they try not to be exceptional. And I've had that uphill battle. Some people I had to turn down because the script wasn't right, or if I took the time to create a script for you and show you that, hey, this is how you could take your brand a little bit more seriously and step forward, they're like, no, we want to dialect this up. And I literally had to tell someone the talent that I want for this project, don't do dialects.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they went in another direction and they've continued to turn out mediocre work. And it's hurt them, but when they're ready to come to the table, I'm here with my hands open.
Like they say, spin it once or you'll spin it twice. That's my saying. So if a lot of time we have clients who, not everybody, how I look at creativity, I don't look at creativity no more as someone on a high level and someone who's mediocre. Because I even say bad quality is an effect. Because I could make something look old. You know, I can make something look old because you might want a olden days type of feel, like
vintage.
you know what I mean,
that
do it
sepia
vintage.
tone.
But you know, some people don't know how to adjust that. They can't do good quality, but they still creatives. What I think it is that the creatives industry is not educated. They don't value themselves. So that's what it is.
That's another kind of
Because that's okay. If we say, is it worth it? And our question is, have it reached a point of followers versus talent, right? We know for any businesses, followers is the key thing because they want more eyes on their business. So they ain't looking for high end per se, what we call quality. You could do something on your phone as long as they get 100 million people looking, you successful. But it's just the people who are actually creating the stuff for the businesses don't value themselves, so they don't know how to price, and they think that okay, a business should tell them how to price their stuff. Nowhere else in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, except our industry, where someone come to our store and put a label on our items.
Because you got to look out is too. You was a popular individual, the business coming to you to be like, oh, I want you to make a video on this.
Right.
Or let me know how much you charge. They don't do this on a regular, so they don't know how much to charge.
Yeah.
So on the flip end, it's almost like your clients trying to put creativity in a box because it's, hey, I want you to do this creatively, but it can't cost more than this.
Yeah, it can't be
You
done.
can't expect me to be creative and you give me a $3 sign budget.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I only bring in my
limits,
iPhone to that
it
project.
limits you, but it's still our fault. That's why I say we ain't educated and then we don't. And when I say we are talking for the creative industry, we don't know business.
No.
We don't know business. We stick so hard on, oh, I'm a creative. But you can't be creative if you ain't get the funds to back it. Like let's be real now. Some of us sitting down here have great movie ideas. If somebody walk up to you and say, we give you $300 million to create a movie, you will probably create
Out of
a
there.
Blockbuster.
You know
Out
what
of
I
there.
mean?
Block-
Because you will put the
Don't-
right
Out
people
of
in
there.
place. You don't have to. You don't even have to be the one holding the camera.
Out of
But
there.
but in the Bahamas, we tend to look at something. You know how much time people send me a Super Bowl commercial as an example? I'd be like, don't send this to me.
Because you're not
Can you
gonna-
do
you're
something
not
like
gonna
this?
pay- You're not
You're
going
not gonna
to
pay to get this.
No, they
To
just
get
want to
this
teach the
effect.
idea.
You know what I mean? Like, why you even reference that?
So then it's a lack of education on both the client and the service provider.
And the service
side.
provider, yes.
Because the clients don't know any better because they just see something that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do this? Not understanding that. Do you know the amount of money that was pumped into this project?
This is what it takes to get this done.
This is a six-figure budget.
Mm-hmm.
So if when the client comes with, well, I only have $500,
Then it can't be done. This what
It
can't
can't
be
be
done
done.
with
What you want me to do with
$5,000.
$500?
it cannot be done.
Buy tissue?
But I think the problem is too, with that same example is, let's just say they come with to say, oh, well, I only have 5K in the budget. What I realize creatives don't do is say, well, this is what we could do for 5K.
yeah,
it's just oh, I can't do that. And then they go.
Right, and they still
You see
try
what I'm
to
saying?
fight them on. Man, put a little bit more, blah, blah, blah. They say, okay, this is what you could get done. You might not get Spider-Man swinging, but you could get him in the suit.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I don't like to leave money on
it's
the
just
table.
that because you might want a special effect with Spider-Man swinging.
Yeah.
But hey, because the budget is short, you could get somebody dressed as Spider-Man and just there. You know what I mean? So that's all it's about.
Now, Ty, you did add a zero to our original number. So that 5K does deserve a conversation.
Yeah.
So,
Not 500.
that's the
Now, mind you,
500,
if they did say I had a budget of 500,
Stay out of my DM.
it might say, well, I have some people I can
Yeah.
refer
Don't
you to.
email me. Don't text me. Don't call me.
Because to be honest, and that's not him being like malicious or saying it as he's some great one.
No, man.
Realistically, one of our memory cards costs $500. Like realistically.
But
You
the
know what I mean?
average Joe does not
They
know
don't know that. You know what I mean? So
And they don't care about
they
that.
don't- yeah, they don't care about it.
They don't
Right.
understand that in order for us to give you quality
Mm-hmm.
and deliver, we have to take on investment. We have
Yep.
experience.
Yep.
We have to do certain things. So take, for instance, you want a few reels done.
Mm-hmm.
We have to come out and film it. We have to storyboard it.
Yeah.
We have to come out and film it. We have the, if you are not providing talent, we have to pay for talent.
They don't
Then we have
understand
to
the
edit it.
pre-work.
And then you want it in 24 hours, so that's a rush fee.
Yeah.
And if I have to outsource that editing, that's $500 there. Your budget gone. What
I
am I
think-
supposed to make?
I think
the
What am I
main-
paying my team with?
The main headache is they don't see creatives' time as a part of the business. They just want you to show up, take your camera, click,
It's supposed to be
click,
done, yeah.
and you good. But you don't see the pre-work, you don't see the shoot time, you don't see the post-work.
Yeah.
Just to get that done in 48 hours.
Yeah.
I'll say this though. It's not everybody.
No.
A lot
Because
of-
we would have been out of business.
I don't want to generalize. So there are a lot of really good companies and individuals paying what creatives, creative directors, videographers, photographers, not demand, but are worth.
Yeah.
Right? They don't
I'm
skin up
on,
their
I'm on the
teeth.
spot.
On the spot,
know
they
you can
send
get the
a
job done.
deposit.
Check
They
your
don't
account,
take
that
60
there.
days to pay their balance. We know who and What
Shout out to
so
y'all.
to you guys, we salute you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else, everybody else, you need to come to terms with we're in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Media has evolved and changed, and you have to evolve and change.
Great
Yeah.
point. Great point. Great point. That's why he's a goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's a goat.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. I mean, it is more about knowledge. It's more about education. It's more about knowing. And as creatives, it's our job to educate the client who may just simply not know.
Yeah.
Right? And I think a lot of creatives struggle financially because of this lack of knowledge, because they're not aware of the true value, the true amount of time, the value of their equipment, what it takes to produce anything, right? And then a lack of knowledge or lack of opportunity, you'll always find it challenging to grow as a creative. And I think that happens anywhere, not just in the Bahamas. So should creatives stop thinking like artists and start thinking more like an entrepreneur or a business person? That's a very hard transition to make.
It all depends.
I think it's a
wanna
unique balance.
if you want to be a hobbyist, stay a hobbyist. Do not take on commercial work
yeah.
because you're hurting yourself and you're hurting the industry.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is creating an opportunity for a potential client to undercut.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So, for instance, if someone says, before we became a team, if someone said, hey, this so-and-so sent me this is the price that they sent me, you could be that? No.
And I think people do that.
They
People
they
do that.
definitely do that.
Yeah.
Because more often than that, my price is more than that.
Yeah.
So if that's your price, you better go with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if you're a hobbyist,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to make everything about money.
Right.
You can continue to be a hobbyist. Do not take commercial work.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because if you come into the commercial work scene, then you have to learn business.
Yeah.
You have to, because you will be cutting yourself short and then you'll be so exhausted and burned out. And then that's what caused you to start giving like mediocre work, because you get so much. Like, look in the Bahamas. In the Bahamas, we are short when it comes to editors. It's not that our editors ain't good, but our editors editing for 20 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
he
stretched
trying
in.
to dish out. So he nothing special no more, because they have one little template on how they gonna edit just to dish it out. So you can't see that
Yeah.
real talent. They're burned out. But I always tell people, like, they always ask me, Molly, I don't see you out like that. I say, yeah, because one of my clients paying me what 10 of y'all spend. So you always out in the field. You see? So I ain't burned out. I have time where I could think, I could strategize, I could come to my team, I could do this and build a business. But you saying yes to every dollar because you don't know what you're worth. So that I agree with you. Just if you want to be a creative, there's nothing wrong with it. Being a creative is free.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a creative that runs a business, you have to learn business. That's just what it is.
Absolutely.
Some people just don't turn off that hustler mindset. Where
Yeah.
it's like every job that you get doesn't mean that you have to take.
Yeah.
But then they see it as money still on the
But
table.
you
Oh,
also
I can
don't know
make
their
this here,
story
make
though,
that
because
there,
like I
make
said
that there.
before, a lot of people are struggling.
I
Because
know.
the cost of living is really, really high.
Yeah, that's what this podcast
Really,
for,
really
to
high.
show all the dynamics.
And
It is
so
really hard.
you cannot blame necessarily the guy that's out there shooting 20, 30 shoots a week to make ends meet.
But then it begs back to the question: are you really a passionate creative, or is this just a business avenue for you?
So here's the
Great
thing.
point.
If you are attracting 20 clients to shoot in a week and you're still struggling, you're the problem.
For sure.
You're the problem.
that's
You
a lot.
are-
You're not
you-
charging a premium, that's for sure.
You obviously have the community around you
Yeah,
that
that's
is
a lot
going
for
to
sure.
support you financially. You
Yeah.
obviously have that. So that's half the battle.
Yeah, people love your work
Price
already.
properly, maybe 10 of them fall off, but at least you buy
Yeah.
back some of your time
Yeah.
and you're able to give quality work and grow
Yeah.
that brand out.
Yeah.
I've seen that so many times. I've seen people in the wedding industry, local, and I don't do local weddings. I'm a destination wedding photographer. Y'all know how I go.
Yeah.
But I've seen people do these wedding specials, and the intent is to get that money quick up front so they can buy the Honda,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Get
Like
rolling,
slandering
That's
on the
true.
community,
and then
man.
when those bookings come in, they don't know what they could do.
Yeah.
They overpromise and under deliver, and they always get in problems.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have to learn how to avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah. From podcasting and production to social media management, design, website, tech support, we help brands grow with purpose. If you're serious about your brand, work with a team that does it all. Frame Studios, now create more. I agree.
Wise words, man.
So on the flip side, guys, the truth about working with clients. What do y'all think is the biggest misconception about clients have about the work that we do?
They could get 3 photos.
Oh.
I don't sell 3 pictures. I don't sell 3 pictures.
Say, all I need is 3 photos,
You
though,
can't
but you
just
got
get 3 pictures.
How much you is charge for 2 pictures?
you gotta
2 pictures.
I just want 2, like literally 1, 2.
multiple shots, then choose your 3.
But we've heard it from everything. Like makeup artists who say, I have a client who says, can you? How much would you charge for just my right eye? What?
Your right eye.
Like you
Because
have to
they can do the left one good.
Because they can do the
need
left
help
one
on the right.
first.
Oh wow! I never. heard
Manny,
that.
what's going on with our sound effects, man?
I've never heard that.
I gotta get trained with my sound.
Oh,
this is a clean podcast.
That was the
right
perfect.
now. That was a
This
clean
is
thing.
why this light skinned boy is supposed to be on that side.
Yeah,
man.
they're all there, right there on the squares. It shows you.
I know where
they
they
are.
are.
So fine, let's get it going. Let's make it
I know where all it is, man.
Yeah, but no, absolutely. I don't know what would prompt you to ask some. That's like you go to buy a car and you say, how much for just one of the tires on that new car?
I mean,
I don't want the whole car.
The worst they can say is no.
I just want the tire.
Nothing beats ass.
No.
Like I say,
There are worse things that you could say than no.
let me tell you something.
Politically.
People just see, like I tell you, it still goes back to education. People just ain't educated, and then some people act like they ain't educated.
It traps you.
But then
let
that
me-
also piggybacks to what Jay said to
Well-
the person coming in, because there might be someone in the industry offering per eye.
Yeah, so that's a good point
Yes.
too.
$20
Because,
photo shoot.
If you're,
Let's talk about it.
If your cousin in the backyard is a photographer, you go to every photographer thinking there's your cousin. So they don't know when they reach a professional, they see a professional as, oh, he's too strict, too much rules.
Man,
too
Johnny
much
could
of
do this for me and I only
yeah,
gotta
but Johnny
pay.
in the back there could do the thing up.
I'm
Yeah,
Johnny.
but everybody
Jay.
ain't Johnny. Yeah, like some people are real professionals.
No,
you know, so
no
that's what it's
disrespect
be.
to Johnny out there. We
Yeah,
call him,
yeah,
you know.
that's what it's be. They really was treated right, wrong from their whoever friends, and then when they go to somebody who's actually in the field and the person shows, hey, this is how it's supposed to be done, it's kind of like they get offended. So that's why I always say it's creative's fault. I wouldn't if I had to throw the blame, if I had to get a ratio between creatives and the customer, I'll give the creative more fault.
We gotta help them learn
Yeah,
behavior.
because we teach them that. Like someone come to me and say, "Hey," and this used to happen between me and my colleagues a lot. I ain't call his name, but
it's a guy.
Yeah, it's my boy though. He used to call me and say, "Hey, Manny, someone want to hire me for this project." And I'd be like, "Oh, they just called me for this project." You know what I mean? So we getting prices from each other because we're gonna hire each other on the set anyway. So if they hire you, I win. If they hire me, you win. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But they used to then come to me and say, "Hey, so and so tell me, he'll do this for $5,000." And so already called me and say, "Boy, I charged them 8." We tell them so they start playing
bargain
on
in
a
the
visible battle, but so they know me and so talking because the industry is so small, and I'd be like, "Oh, well, if he charge you 8, I have to charge you 9. I always go up."
Yeah.
You know, I have to charge you 9 because I ain't trying to beat his price. I ain't trying to mess up my industry. It's the reason why he charged you 8. So after my evaluation, my price is 9.5.
But
You know?
back to the conversation and why people think that is possible, because you have people out there who will literally undercut you.
Yeah,
They're like, oh, well, he could do it for
exactly.
5, I could do it for 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You discrediting your own
Yeah.
self.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You devaluing your own self.
So story time.
Oh boy.
Expose them.
Here we go. Here we go.
What did he say? So there, I went through this period before we consolidated the company where I just felt like after with my level of skill and the value that I bring to the table and the years of experience that I have, I felt like I would never. I got tired of just sending out quotes because the quote game is companies would want to see 2 or 3 quotes, compare them, and then go with the person
That's
or
the most
price that they
inexpensive.
feel fits the job best.
What did he
Most of the
say?
time.
So I would go into conversation with people that would make inquiries, and I would say, "Hey, listen, I don't necessarily do quotes. Why don't you tell me what your budget is, and let's work together to see if we could come up with something that's mutually beneficial. Because if you come to me, I want you to hire me.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into time and money and effort to put together an extensive quote to send to you for you to say, oh, we're going to go in a different direction. Like, I hated that for a while. But I had to get over that.
Right.
Because like all of you guys are talking about here on the back end, education, knowledge, or the lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
When should we as creatives push back with clients? When do we say, listen, I know you're shopping around, but let's do it this way? Or what's your budget? Or how can we work together to eliminate all of this back and forth?
Build a standard.
Gotta change the standard.
If you don't have a wall, you can't push it.
The answer to your question is in your introduction. It came with experience. It came after time that you put in, building your brand to the level that it is right now for you to cut out that cat and mouse situation.
Right.
You came to me, you called me, you emailed me. You obviously want this service.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. This is what you have and want, and this is your budget. This is what I'm prepared to do, but you might have to put an extra on top of that. Let's get this done.
But a lot of creatives don't recognize when, hey, I'm getting a call because they know what I'm capable of doing.
They already like the work.
They already like the work. Calling me is half the battle.
Yep.
They just want it for the cost of a hot party and invite them out.
No, there
Don't
are
knock
some
my
clients that
body.
will call you and waste your time.
Yeah, there are some clients who call you and did no research. That's, I think, like I say, don't care how
I
we
think that's a big.
don't care how we
Speak
spend
on
it.
that, Mike.
Yeah, because
that research is a big.
there's a
point.
big thing. Don't care how we spend the bottle. It all got land on knowledge. Don't care how you spend it. You spend that bottle, knowledge.
But then you gotta look at the probability that you have someone in your circle or in your sphere who they know you as a creative, they know you as a videographer, they know you as all of the trades that you do, and is they talking to someone and be like, hey, I have X months here trying to find a photographer. You're the only photographer they know. So of course they say, okay, cool, I have a guy, boom, 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 boom. But sometimes the referral doesn't match the referred.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like
Big one.
it's like you know your boy is a photographer, but at the same time, your boys do mostly commercial work, lifestyle portraits.
Right.
But the person you're referring to him when you shoot a funeral or when you shoot
Oh,
a
I hear
baby
a
shower.
lot.
So it's like, ain't that you looking down on the work. That's not what I'm saying. But at the same
It's
time,
dying especially.
you can't try to fit a triangle in a square.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's
your area of expertise.
You see
That's
what I'm saying?
yeah, that's what it is. And like, okay, even with that example, if I ask you, hey, can you recommend an electrician for me? And you recommend somebody. Now that I have their number, it's my job to ask them the relevant questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it still didn't give me an excuse to just come off the bat and say, hey, how much you will charge for a funeral service? Like, when this person give you my name, did you research, did you go on Instagram?
You
Did
check
you
my catalog.
check my catalog to see what I actually shoot? Because when
Google,
you look
Instagram.
at any trade, any skillman, if you look at a carpenter, just because he's a carpenter, that don't mean he's make everything.
Yeah.
Certain carpenters could do different things. Some just do cabinets.
Yeah.
Some can make bed frames and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So the same thing with electricians, right? Some electricians, okay, you only go one phase, two phase. Some could do industrial work.
Yeah,
You
phase
know,
three.
so it's not because they say, hey, he's a photographer. They feel like, oh, you take photos of
Of
anything.
everything, yeah.
No, so that's what it is. We in a skill and a trade industry So I think you need this. Anybody who reach out to any creative, it's their job to research that
Study
creative.
the skill.
Yeah, we
Research
don't
the
do that.
skill.
We really don't do that in the Bahamas when it comes to research.
And then all clients ain't the same because you'll have some clients who will reach out to you and be like, hey, X, Y, and Z is the case. This is the idea. This is the field. This is the vibe. This is the budget. Send me an invoice for X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Then you have another client who will reach out and be like, hey, I want to shoot this, this, and that. And now you trying to figure out, hey, well, what look you going for? Oh, well, I only want 3 pictures.
Right.
It's like, there's different types of clients.
I'm
Right.
so happy I don't get those types of clients anymore.
Well, I can tell you one thing: it will be even better as the episodes go that we have a so-called client sitting next to us or across from us, so we can see their perspective, why they say what they say, and then we might be mind blown. They might be like, man, for years this photographer was telling me, man, he could do 3 pictures, so I thought everybody
Yeah.
is that. You can't, like, because the people environment, like when they reach out to us because we know better, and that's why professionalism still lives. Because now between us, SL, I might vent to him, you, and tell you all stuff. But we ain't gonna go to our clients and say that's a dumb question.
No, hold on. You shouldn't.
Yeah, you should. You shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Yeah,
But
You shouldn't.
there are a lot of unprofessional people in this space.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
man.
in our culture too, if you really look at it, low self-esteem is a serious thing.
yeah.
So
Imposter syndrome, too.
imposter syndrome. So when people approach, if they feel that they're already approaching someone that may, quote unquote, may be out of their social structure or in a different hierarchy, they're like, I ain't trying to waste this person's time. Let's make this quick. I need 3. I'll pay your rate, but I need 3 pictures. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
So that relationship there too. But
I can tell you off the bat where that come from. That come from, I don't want to spend money. I'm telling you. That when because they try limit it as much, because they try to tell the creative how the experience work.
How much for what?
But then you ain't really
You know?
paying for the pictures per se. You paying for my time.
Yeah, but then
they try to
Devalue
minimize and devalue, and
that's
especially
why they shorten your time.
bargain shoppers.
But whether we get
Right?
3 pictures or 4 pictures, it still could take 45 to an hour.
They didn't see that.
45 to an hour.
Yeah,
We
there's-
talking
there's
about 30
that.
minutes right now.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
We're talking about 30 minutes. I had some clients, but I can tell you, like, they'll give you a call. Hey, I need such and such, and I'm not gonna say which ethnic group these people belong to because I don't want to be canceled.
Yeah.
But they'll say, I need this, I need that, I need that. Okay, this is the price. Well, I need it at this price. Well, you don't need this, and this.
And that's, yeah,
And
yeah.
you have to grow as a person because
Yeah.
if you allow yourself to be bullied because you need that dollar, you're chasing that dollar, you're gonna find yourself shortcutting your work.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are in that scenario. And then as established creatives in a professional field, we try to give advice a lot of times to the younger or less experienced crowd to help them not make the same mistakes we did, right? But do y'all think that creatives struggle in terms of? Let me ask this: Are creatives sensitive when it comes to criticism?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes,
Of
man.
course.
We all are.
Of
Don't
course,
front.
of course,
Don't
of
front.
course,
We
of
all
course.
are.
Every
of course.
artist.
Now, see, the difference with
Artist.
me, because it never used to hurt my feelings that much because I call myself kind of like a realist. So, because not necessarily to take my work and compare it to other people, but it was always a point in my journey where it's like, okay, cool, I want to get to this quality, I want to get to that quality, and so forth and so forth. But at the same time, because I'm from a different background, I was always trained in constructive criticism. So anytime someone would come and be like, hey, this is a nice shot, but, maybe adjust the rule of third, lower your brightness, maybe change the
Oh,
quality
from
of
a
your camera.
professional.
You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have other people who I've experienced it personally where I've went to them and was like, hey, I used to make this mistake too. Your vibrance and your saturation a little bit too high.
Yeah.
Maybe try to do it like this. Oh no, man, that's the vibe I was going for. Boom,
See,
boom,
that's the
boom.
next thing.
Yes.
Though.
Yes.
See, that's the
Yes.
next thing
True
too.
story.
Pardon I.
True
Yeah,
story.
but that
pardon I.
even that's a little sensitive because listen, ain't nobody know who telling a lie except themselves.
Ah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you ain't know who telling a lie because like I feel like why most creatives, and I'll go as far as 95% of creatives are sensitive to their work because they have an idea in their head. So when you don't see that idea and you try to adjust their idea, it kind of gets offensive because I know what I did to create this. This is what I wanted. But a creative looking at a creative work, we have to be careful because we are a certain type of creative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I might never do like I see a lot of creatives in their work. I see a lot of green, like tint and all that stuff, and I would be like, why they make it look like how the eyes see it? Why this like that? But someone could look at my work and say, "Manny, your vibes look too real." I heard that before, but your vibes
Is
look
that a
too,
bad
too
compliment?
real. You know what I mean?
To certain people, it is.
It is. You know what I mean? Like so. If people don't understand the different creatives, like what they going for, like with SL, a lot of people love SL highlights. They talk every time I hear someone talk about SL, it'll be like, bro, this nigga when he take photos, if you take photos outside, bro, you could see everything. You could see the clouds, you could see the detail in the clouds and all that. You could see the separation of the clouds from the person. And I see regular photos, sometimes I'd be like, well, I see what they saying, but I said, motherfucker, I noticed the clouds be blown out like that.
Yeah,
But on
yeah.
the person look and focus and all that. And then some people, they smooth their skin, no texture in their skin and all that stuff. So it's just a touchy thing.
But see, being creative means that you have to put yourself, especially in a social media world, you have to put yourself, you know that you are in a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
Because not everybody is going to accept what you're doing.
Yeah.
No.
But you
And I
have to
find
welcome
culturally,
critique.
Yeah.
but culturally though, Bahamians are not accepting of constructive
Oh no, but I
criticism.
know what I'm doing.
Even as me and you talking as friends, you could say something and I could be
I
like,
could
wait,
run you out. Yep.
that could run me off.
It depends on the messenger though, because here's
But it
the
ain't
thing.
what you say, it's how you say it.
Not even that. So, okay, say for instance, when I did my first set of episodes, and Monty came to me, he said, "Hey, I like the idea, but you need to do this, this, and this." We had that relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see that?
Of
there?
course, of
Yeah.
course.
So relationship
Yeah, that's
matters,
true.
and if it's warranted or unwarranted, like unsolicited or
Yeah.
solicited,
Yeah.
like that plays a role in it.
Jay, oh my God, you see, yeah, that's why I don't.
Yeah.
In the person of someone of my experience and level, I've stopped giving free advice
Yeah, like inserting yourself, right?
because I feel like people take it the wrong way.
They do.
Even
do.
when I just genuinely want to help you to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember I had approached this gentleman,
Don't blame
good friend
me.
of mine.
I hope you want to say
good
me.
friend of mine. No, it ain't.
Oh.
Good
You
friend
made
of
it on the
mine.
first episode.
And I said, bro, you're doing some really great stuff, but I feel like your logo doesn't match where your brand is right now. Let me help you with it. And took offense to it. When really all I was trying to do is say, bro, let me help you. You don't have to come with any money. Let me help you because I believe in your brand.
I am a branding
And
specialist.
there was some radio silence for a while, and it got back to me through Manny that he was offended by what I said because he had worked on his logo himself and he was proud of it and he liked it. But from a professional person, someone who's going to school for graphic design, he didn't look at it that way. He looked at it as like, this guy coming at me and telling me my logo could be better. Who do you think you is? And I feel like a lot of us are like that. We don't want to hear,
Yeah.
listen, you could be better. Let me help you. That's what I did with Manny.
And like I said, it depends on how you frame the conversation too. Because you could also be like, hey, what's the story behind the logo?
I thought that
Yeah.
was my mistake. I didn't ask. I just came right out and said, bro, I love it. But I came correct. I love what you're doing. I think your brand is growing. I love where you're going. Let me help you position your logo and your brand to stay at the same level where I see you right now. I didn't come with, oh, your logo is garbage, bro. Like, you need to get that redone. No, I came with let me help you and I'll help you at no cost to you.
And depending on what they gone through to make that logo, you very much well could have said
But
that.
I didn't have that relationship with him. Like,
Yeah.
Manny, I gotta say, Manny, take that garbage down, man. Let me do that
Here's
logo for you, please.
here's the thing.
Facts.
See, people have to understand when a blessing come to them. If Sherrod had come to me at any point in my career and say, "Wait, Jay, I like what you're doing. I don't like this Haven't Touched Photography logo," and because I went through iterations of evolution,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't like this logo. I give you one logo. I'd be like,
But you
wait,
gotta be in the space to
respect.
receive that,
No,
though.
boy.
No, not everybody's
No,
gonna accept
you,
it that way.
You have to, as a creative in this space, you have to be humble and you have to understand when real help coming to you and you have to understand your place too. If an OG
totem pole.
if an OG comes to you, here's the thing: life is a mountain. There are some people at the top, there's some people in the middle, and there's some people at the bottom. The people at the bottom trying to get to the middle and the top. You have to be careful when you're at the top because you might tumble down to the middle or the bottom.
Yeah.
That's just life. You have to understand that. So if someone at the tippy top come to you and give you constructive criticism, listen to what they're saying. Accept the help that they're giving. Some people just could come and shit on you. Oh, sorry.
Can't curse.
They just
Can't curse.
they just could take a dump on you for doing its sake, just to mess with you, to riz you, to ready you.
Yeah,
But when someone comes to you of status and says XYZ, and then your area, their colleague, listen, take that advice, implement that advice, and if they're giving you physical, tangible help
Yeah.
in that time, take it.
From my training background, we say eat the meat, spit out the bones.
That's it. Oh Lord, listen, that's my saying, bro.
Yeah, man. Take what for you, disregard the rest.
What
That's my
did
saying.
he say?
That's definitely my
What?
saying.
Spit out the bones.
What did he
man.
say?
Wait. Time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Eat the
man.
meat, spill the bone. Because like you know where I get that
You
from?
ate yourself just now.
Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
You ate up.
I came from a military background. Like most of my family, like in law enforcement, my older brother in the Marines. And if you know how them niggas is talk, you know what I mean? They talk, you know what I mean? They scream in your face and say, you know what I mean? So, but you don't get offended because you understand the character they trying to build in you.
Conditioning.
You know, it is conditioning. People lose sight of the word training and working out. Someone who's working out can never beat someone who's training. That's two different ball games.
Yeah.
Athletes train.
Condition.
Baby, I could go to the gym every day and just work out, and I'll never look like an athlete. You know, because they train, and training come with a lot of pain. It come with how you eat. It come with how long you sleep. You can't party with your boys. You can't drink. You can't have sex. Because I used to do track. So when you go into on season, you can't have sex. You see? So all these things is discipline. So when you see somebody come and tell you something, and then the first reaction is, I offended, that means you don't want to be better. You know, you don't want to be better. Nah, it's a thin line between someone just being a hater.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I say it's so
That's some real
iffy.
haters
It's
out
a
there.
thin line between someone just being a hater and saying they're trying to critique you, but they really trying to bash
Yeah.
you. But then there's
Diss you in
some
the
people who
slick.
really want you to win.
Let me ask y'all this question on the flip side. What happens when the critique of your work is coming from an overbearing, difficult client?
Yeah, I don't critique at all.
I don't
That's
think
stress.
That's a critique.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
ain't
think that's
a critique
I
at
think
all.
it's-
If you're difficult.
I've had one of the reasons why I moved into destination weddings is because I've had a very difficult road with local Bahamian clients. And it has turned me off from even attempting. Like, there are some people today that I would work with because we have that relationship and they know me personally, and I'll definitely do whatever I can for them.
Right.
But to say, open up my book to say I am attempting to book, and I went through some lean years because I took that stance until I build myself up to get the clients that I want. But there was this one person, it wasn't a wedding, but it was someone who was trying to be prominent. And it was their sibling. And I don't know why they decided to DM me. It was their birthday, and we took some photos at Bahamas and all this other stuff. I spent 3 or 4 hours, did different stages,
Catalog.
gave her the photos, and she was like, okay, I like this, I like that, I hate this, da, 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 da. I was like, okay, tell me what is wrong with them, and I could, see what I could do. And she just kept coming back after edit. I say, okay, I'm not gonna reshoot you. I'm just gonna give you this money back.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's not like
And
a self-esteem
we're
type
gonna
of
edit.
Sometimes you have to make that
It's a
call.
body
I
image
was
type of thing.
this close to saying, "Hey, my camera is you."
I mean,
Yeah.
I was literally this close because for a second, I really thought I had given something so subpar, and I had to look back at like likeness, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, you saw a photo that I posted of somebody else, and you tried to recreate that, and because it doesn't look the same,
There's a problem.
Yeah.
you can recreate someone
Yeah.
else's magic.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to, I mean, and again, education, knowledge. Some clients think that because you shoot somebody and make them look amazing means that you're gonna do this, take that same formula and apply it to them. But I find that a lot of times there's a lot of self-esteem issues, self-reflection issues, and they may not see themselves the way they think that they actually look or are or appear. And sometimes you got to make that call because that back and forth, it stresses me out. It stresses all of us out.
I think it messes you up as a professional too, because you can't keep
Sometimes
going
you gotta
back
make
and
that
forth
call.
with
I had
the
a client like
clients.
that.
And you have to be professional because
Yeah.
in this small town,
Yeah, you can't.
oh, don't work with Jay because Jay can tell you, oh, you look ugly because you just ugly. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It almost came to us and listen. We ain't have time for this.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. This is you can keep on
Slow
and you know
down,
what
baby.
you know what the sad and funny thing is? When they try gaming like that, you still can see them downloading and
yeah,
using it.
yeah,
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
be.
I'm like, you have to pick a side.
yeah.
Well, that's some people's job. Some people's job are scam artists. They like everything what you shot. It's just that they didn't want to pay for it. So they know if I push this, some more boy will give me a refund, and he can still let me download this. So that's why I say it's a thin line between someone who coming to you and offering good stuff, and there's a thin line between someone who come to you and offer bad stuff. So
So
sometimes
speaking
you
about
just don't
thin
know.
lines, Emmanuel,
Oh boy.
I like thin lines.
why do you think,
What did he say?
why do you think some, not all, some creators resist collaboration?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a
good
big one. That's a big one.
Big one.
Okay.
In which way?
Hey,
Man.
hey, whoa. Pause now.
Ty,
we-
Ty,
we-
pause.
we even
Pause.
abroad.
No, I mean like in collaboration in which way? Like
Collabing.
you work on
Creative.
video, I work on photo.
Regardless of how it's formatted, there are some people that will outright just say, I'm not interested.
Well, that you gotta take that with a grain of salt, because you have some creatives who are super determined on what their goal is and their likeness. As creatives, we gotta be careful what we put out there. We are the people that allow people to be seen. So
Gatekeepers.
So that's the same thing as us. So we are the creatives who want people to think of us in this certain way. Some people I'll never collab with.
You personally.
Yeah, of course. I'll never collab with you because you don't do my type of stuff. Like I don't see that. That's almost,
Understood.
that's
Or,
okay.
or we just don't vibe.
Yeah, let's
Keep it above.
Let's get into like, okay, if I doing film, let's just say somebody is doing nudity, and then somebody that I would never collab with someone.
There's nothing wrong with that,
There's
sir.
nothing wrong with it. It's just
Right.
the thing I do. Okay, me and church boys is boys.
Yeah.
I'll never shoot no funeral with them.
Yeah.
I would never do that, but we's boys. You could never say, hey man, you need to be a second camera for a funeral. No.
He probably wouldn't even approach
He
you
wouldn't.
because he knows
never.
the type of
Yeah,
work
he
that
would
you
never do that. So it's when it
Shout
comes
out
to
to
like
church boy though.
when it comes to like shallow.
Shout out to
But
church
when it
boy.
comes to like collab is very, very touchy. And then some people didn't know what they collabing for, They just reaching out to you.
It depends on the
They
end
know what
product.
they collabing for. What's the end result? Because
Some people might
collaboration is
want you to
supposed to
do free
benefit
work.
both.
I just gonna tell you,
Right.
right?
You
do
It
free
needs to
work.
be
It got
mutually beneficial.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my take on that.
Do you think that's why a lot of creatives struggle to build teams?
Yes. Or if you mean in that aspect.
I think a lot of people
Boy.
we have a island mentality, right?
Yeah.
So
All right,
lone
speak on it.
wolf mentality. I can tell you from my own experience. When I was younger, because it was frowned upon when I first picked up my first camera. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
seen as a real job. So I had this chip on my shoulder that I needed to prove it to myself, and that I needed to prove everybody wrong.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even interested in collabing per se with professionals or models. I needed to make my own bed, and I needed to see if I actually
Right.
had this talent.
Okay.
As I grew older, I realized teamwork made the dream work.
Yeah.
So we started a company, JKL Media, that was a collaborative effort between a makeup artist, Lucy Liu, and Kenny, that we did Happy Foods with, and we had a great
Okay.
run. And
Loved Happy
that's why
Foods.
when Monty came to me with the idea of coming into Frame, I was like, you realize you caught me at the right time, because if I was younger, I would tell you hell no.
Yeah.
So I think it's a process everybody has to go
through, yeah.
and there's a maturity to it as well.
That's a big word.
There's
a big word right there.
You have to be mature when you're talking about collabing with other creatives, because there are egos that you have to deal with.
Yep.
Yeah.
The vibe has to be right. The symmetry between styles and overall visions and
Yeah.
brands. Like certain brands just don't mesh together.
Sacrifice too.
It's sacrifice.
You
Like,
got to be in a place in your life where you can sacrifice because you see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And a lot of us aren't in that position to say, you know what? Because basically all of us to come together, we had to sacrifice to make the company work.
Yeah.
You know, we have this, Manny had this vision and he's like, look, this is going to work, but we have to do certain things or sacrifice to get to the level that we want to be. And it's going to work.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to start off
Like this.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about organization. One
Building
person
systems.
could cry and nobody hear it, but if a town cry, everyone will hear it. So that's how it is. It's about organization. Organization makes millionaires, not business.
a lot of quotes coming out of this one.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
So organization. So when you see an organization like Amazon, like Apple, you know what I mean, like Microsoft, Google, that's an organization of talented people. Like these dudes, they're talented. None of them have to think, oh, I can make my own Google. Why? If I get paid a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
So even if we want things to move, let's just say we want to talk to the government. One videographer could go all he want to talk to the government. But use a F man, yeah. But let us come together. All the videographers come together in the Bahamas and say, we ain't doing this no more. See if something ain't gonna move.
Of course.
You say something can move, but people
trying to
don't want
unionize.
people don't want an organization because one, they comfortable. I can tell you one thing I can guarantee you, and I in the industry. A lot of people in this industry, if they die, their family suffer. Their business is them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Because they can't pass
They,
that to
they,
the loan.
It
what
ain't,
they can
it
do?
ain't a system.
If they have no organization, it's not a system. Look at the dude. Just an example, guys. He opened up the punch. He died. Punch closed. How?
The punch was him.
And I think
The punch was him.
The best selling
You
people
guys,
in the Bahamas.
that's what I'm saying. The punch was him.
The punch was that wide,
The punch
bro.
was him. So, as soon as they died, the punch closed down.
Closed
He ain't
down.
no, he ain't take no long.
They done renovate the building.
Yes, it closed down. That's the same thing with the film industry. The film industry, people don't like organization. That's why they don't collab, because they don't see the bigger picture and they don't want to sacrifice. A lot of people are already comfortable. Already making this money myself.
I'm making six figures.
know?
I don't want to take from that. wanna
Even
stay
though
right
I ain't
here.
get no medical insurance, I ain't get this, I ducking in IB, all this stuff, but still all this money coming to me. But when you make an organization, you could be on sick leave. You know what I mean? You could get vacation pay. You could get bonuses, all those different stuff. When you get an organization, you can get hurt today or tomorrow and your money's still coming through.
Yeah.
You see? So that's the problem there. A lot of people, like you said, that lone wolf mentality, and they don't know how to build an organization so that everybody else can hear us.
So organization, education, knowledge. We've been talking about all these things.
Right.
All of that comes down to opportunity, I think, especially in the creative world. It's all about the opportunities that we get. Do y'all think creatives in the Bahamas are limited by the market size?
Well, I can tell you, I don't believe in opportunity.
Yes and no. I think there needs to be a little bit more infrastructure made, because there is a lot of money that flows through this country.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of money that flows through this country, and the education is kind of resonating, but the infrastructure still has a long way to go. For instance, we have too many filmmakers, external filmmakers, coming here and making money here.
Yeah.
We cannot do the same in the U.S. and Canada
Of course not.
Right.
without going through so many
proper
different
channels.
proper channels. We have to stop that.
There's not enough
Who
infrastructure.
fault that is?
Government and us.
Exactly. Because we ain't an organization that can let the government listen. I'm telling you.
They don't.
You know,
They don't
guys,
understand the industry, and they don't understand what they're giving away. So here's the thing. So the wedding industry here is put a valuation on it. The destination wedding industry here is about a couple, like probably $50 million.
$1 million, yeah.
Right? Between the florist and what's not.
Yeah.
Out of that, the videographers and the photographers get stiffed the most.
Of course.
Because when the guest of the bride comes in, they come in with their gear.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one signs off on them, no nothing.
Yeah.
I can't use my visa in the States and do the same
To do
thing.
work.
No, boy.
Absolutely
they'll
true.
Be sick on you.
Absolutely true.
And that money that we allow to walk out of the country, that's taxable dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's taxable revenue that should be trickulating through. The same way with promotional work. Now, 20, 30 years ago, I see why it was reasonable that you would hire a foreign PR team or a marketing company. But in 2026,
Just
Yeah.
like this conversation
when you have
with a
all
friend of
these
mine.
production houses around here,
Yeah.
the Ministry
Yeah.
of Tourism,
Yeah,
and
too much
campaign work
powerhouse in the
should
Bahamas.
be here.
So the bigger question is, because Emmanuel doesn't believe in opportunity.
No.
Are we limited because of certain things?
That was in place?
No. Like I'll say it, skin color.
Yes.
Okay.
Are we limited by things in terms of getting opportunities? Because the companies like will not, they would pay a foreigner or a foreign PR firm or a foreign marketing firm to do the work that Bahamas can do.
Because
And not because the creative industry is predominantly made up of black
yeah, of
creatives.
course, the Bahamas is made up more.
But there are white creatives as well that are getting a ton of work.
Yeah.
A ton of work. So are we also limited by the fact that there is placism within our industry?
Yeah, the obvious answer is yes.
Decision makers will always choose. For certain
Yeah.
ones, they will choose the right skin tone over the dark skin tone, especially if they can't squeeze the dark skin tone.
Yeah, the obvious answer is yes. But why I say I don't believe in opportunity, just based on my background. My background, 2 Haitian parents. I mean, I had to wait until I could get a passport, and then that's when I could get a bank account. My first job, I had to get a bank account, but I couldn't get a bank account because I did not have a Bahamian passport. So I don't believe in opportunities. I believe that somebody can give, nobody have that power to give me an opportunity. I have that power to take it. You see? So like a lot of us, like we don't go ahead and take what is ours. You know what I mean? Like put things in place so this can happen. Everything in life is a reaction and an action. If I wait around and say, let me wait for this opportunity, frame would have never been built because we built it in COVID. There was no opportunity in COVID. You know, me and you came together and say, hey, we ain't get no money because we ain't essential workers. All opportunity was gone for us. You know what I mean? Me and Brad went out of your family, me and Brad went out of my family, and both our persons was entrepreneurs at that time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Both. So the house making no money. No opportunity there. The government wasn't saying, well, the filmmakers there, let's give them a little something. No, it wasn't. That wasn't happening. We came together with the little bit of money we think up, and we took the opportunity to say, hey, let's build a place where nobody could come in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nobody could have come in there
Yeah.
by government law. But when we do it and we build it, the opportunity was created by us.
Right.
You see? So
Very true.
trendsetters, I believe trendsetters create opportunity, but us as creatives gotta make the opportunity. Like we can't just sit back and
That's the beauty of being a
opportunity.
creative, though, because we can
Yeah.
make things happen just by thinking of something.
Right.
Right? Hey, I want to do a Mother's Day special. How do I get mothers to pay me? Boom, shoot people that other people know.
Yeah.
Put it out there, make
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we have an innate talent
Yeah.
for making the opportunity versus I was gonna say creating the opportunity.
Yeah.
But instead of waiting for the opportunity to come, we're in a position where we can make the opportunity.
Yeah, I agree because
And a lot of people don't take advantage of that.
that's why I don't like too much when like black folks be like, oh, the white man.
Yeah.
Nah, stop that foolishness, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some. Nah, we ain't
There's
ignorant.
truth to it, but I
Yeah,
get what
there's
you're
truth
saying.
to
Yeah,
it.
none of us ignorant.
yeah.
You
Two
know what I
things
mean?
could be true at
Two
once.
things can be true at once because there's white millionaires and there's black millionaires. You know what I'm saying? And if the so-called white man got to stop everything, it wasn't gonna be no black millionaire. So somebody was there who was bold enough and sit on a bus and say, I'm moving. Somebody was bold
Okay,
enough
Rosa.
and say, listen, I had a dream. You know what I mean? So it's us who's supposed to just create that opportunity. We are creatives.
That
so
speech was written in the Bahamas,
we
by the way.
create. Exactly. We create that opportunity. That's what we just gotta stop trying to.
Awesome.
Crap.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna play a little. We're gonna segue into this cool part of our podcast, which we're gonna call Push Out. You know, our CEO Emmanuel is famous for this saying, right?
Push out,
If
baby.
he doesn't agree with you or something you're saying or something you're doing, he responds every time.
Push out.
But he push out.
And we have the screen.
So we can talk. We're gonna now do this thing called I can let Jay and Ty do it.
Yeah, yeah,
So let's set your phone to 1 minute. We try to get this in 1 minute. I'm gonna say something,
Y'all need me to
and
change
you
the
two have to
screen?
respond. It's 6 questions. It's just I have to ask, and you have to respond, and we only have a minute to get through all the questions. So you can't ramble. You have to just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay?
Oh boy, this could be
Push
problem.
out.
At the same time?
Yeah.
This is gonna be problematic.
Push out.
Hold on. You got 1 minute.
1 minute for 6 questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
I started off as 15 so we can know when to start and when to
Even
stop.
if it's one word responses, it's fine. You don't have to go into detail. It's rapid fire. Quick.
All right. Get
Okay.
ready,
Push out.
Yazel. Hit them with it.
All right. First question. No, statement. Talent matters more than business skills.
Push out.
Definitely push out.
Social media has ruined creativity.
Push out.
Push out.
I mean, you don't have to all say push out at the same time. All right. Creatives should never work for free.
There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place for it. There's a time and a place. For it.
All right. Gear obsession is ruining the industry.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Not really.
Yes, it is.
Not really.
Okay.
YouTube sellers.
Clients ruin creativity.
Yes. Some
No,
aspects.
no. Clients pay the bills.
All right. Does race matter when getting opportunities, especially in the Bahamas?
No,
Yes and no.
no, not to the level where you could make a comfortable living.
Okay.
And time.
That's
Boom.
time.
I think it's going to be a fun segment where we ask our guests to go through a rapid fire series of questions where they have to say the first thing.
Uncomfortable.
That's-
boy.
Well, boy,
I
I'm
like
like,
it though.
Push out. Push out.
I
I
love
say,
it.
man, I got to put that to good use because Monty always just say that.
push out.
Push out.
My clients just pay the bills.
Yes, they do. They do. All right. So, wrapping up on our first episode back after a long time. You know, there's a lot of hard truths that all of us have had to go through. I've had to learn over the years. Which mistake has taught you guys the most?
Which mistake?
Which mistake have you made in your creative career path that has taught you the most?
Not collecting deposits.
Ooh, good one. Good one. Good one.
That's a whole episode.
That's a whole episode.
Not collecting deposit.
You know, yesterday's price.
Boy, that burned me so bad.
Wow.
Boy.
Wow, Ty.
Oh,
Wow.
mine's is believing in the handshake rule. It don't work no more in the Bahamas. You better
You
sign
think we Game of
contract.
Thrones ain't?
The handshake rule.
No, sir.
There's no
No,
honor.
sir.
I will
Yeah.
keep my word.
You know,
There's
that's
no honor among thieves.
No,
that's how your
no,
boy.
sir.
That's how your
Listen to
boy Thief McDonald's.
You could. I know.
I give you a cow and you give me
You
your
could
wife.
write me a 2-sentence contract, and I doing a whole freaking documentary reading on that.
Wow.
I reading that
Wow.
entire thing.
Wow.
word by
I
word.
want to see what the means and your the. You know what I mean? What you try? Everything. I take all that serious now.
Yeah, man.
Everything.
I think for me, it's every client is different. And so my contract has grown exponentially
Yeah.
because something always comes
Yeah,
up.
something you learn. as
and
you
I'm like,
go.
I ain't covered for this.
I didn't know about that. Let me put that in there.
yeah.
You have to make sure that everything is spelled out because you could get burned.
Yeah. You well, you know
could
some
get
things I tell you
burned.
put in your contract. and all.
I mean, to the point where I was almost sued twice.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But I was able to use good relationships to mitigate the issue. But trust me,
That's
having
crazy.
the contract is important, guys.
Yeah, but-
important.
Legally
it
binding
helps help
document.
you and the
That's
client.
what helped me the most. I learned from that.
That'll do it to you.
So for me, I would say clients matter, but you matter more. I had to learn how to protect
Facts.
myself. Similar to people are out here to sue you. They're trying to get over on you.
Scammers.
You have to understand that you are capturing moments in people's lives, so you have to really take that seriously. I think too much of it, we were just blasé, and you tend to depend on technology and all this other stuff. But you matter more.
Nice.
You definitely matter more.
Fox. So, if a young person who's watching this episode right now and wants to build a career like ours, what's the one thing that they need to understand? Not necessarily do right or wrong,
I won't go
but what's
first.
the one thing they need to
I
understand?
don't have much to
I
say,
won't go
but
first.
I'll go after money.
They need to understand that they need a mentor. Shout out to Neville Smith. You
Shout
need
out
a
to Neville for
mentor.
real.
Don't come into this industry and saying, "Oh, I could do it." Get a mentor, because it was Neville Smith who fired me and say, "By firing you because you're too good." And I was mad at them. And he said, "Watch, one day you go have your business, and you could look back at this." And every time I see him, he'd be like, "All right then." So he was paying me $500 an edit, and I never saw money like that. I was working Thompson Train for 11 years. The highest I ever been getting paid was $400 a week.
Wow.
He was paying me $500 an edit. So imagine when he tell me, "But I can't keep doing this
Yeah,
because
but
you too
you
good."
hate me, boy.
You know what I mean? And then Tony,
You hate
and then
me.
Tony come right there and pull me aside and say, "Man, you was a shooter.
Money out, chip.
Money out chump." You know what I mean?
That's
And-
the
and
quote.
he
Shout
told
out
me-
to Tony,
money
So
man.
out.
that's like two mentors I had right there. I had Neville for the beginning, and then I had Tony, and then SL. I had multiple mentors. I even asked SL to be my mentor. I take it. You know what I mean? And he teach me how to brand myself. So I would tell, don't worry about money, don't worry about your quality of work, no, get a mentor.
I think my advice would be something what SL shared with me when I first started coming around on his mentorship too. Just like a 9 to 5, figure out what your hourly rate is, because that determines your time. Find out what the value of your time is worth.
Yeah.
And then you could base any of your services based on that time, what it's worth.
Word,
You see
okay.
what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I feel like they price for what the shoot is, but not for what it takes to plan the shoot and what it takes to produce
Yeah,
the
all
shoot.
that, yes.
They
Yeah.
price for the glory time or clack, clack,
Yeah,
clack, clack, clack.
They,
Yeah, man,
they
we
don't
had
even
such a
price
good
for the
time.
conversation.
You see what I'm saying?
Just have that consultation to know, hey,
see
what
what
the
I'm
client
saying?
want.
Yeah.
So you have pre-work, you have shoot day, you have post-work, but you only price for shoot day.
Yeah.
Great
You see what I'm
point.
saying?
Yeah, that's a
That's a
good
great
one. That's a
point.
good one. I
That's a
like
great
it.
point. What about you, Jay?
I would say set boundaries early. People will take advantage of you.
Yeah.
The moment they realize that you're taking the creative path, they will try to work you for free.
Yeah.
Or exchange opportunity.
No exchange, no experience. Experience don't pay bills, and don't put gas in your car, and don't give you bus money. All right. Set boundaries early, because then people will take you seriously from the jump. Especially if you have talent. People will gravitate to talent, but they will try to abuse and use talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make sure you set your boundaries early.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of what all of you guys have said, my point would be to understand that how powerful your voice is as a creative, because we are all made individually, and whatever you have to say, wherever your imagination takes you, that's your superpower, because only you could do that. No one else could speak the way you speak.
Yeah.
Right.
And incorporating that into your work as a creative, whether you photography, film, music, food, sculpture, painting, illustration, any discipline within the creative arts, whatever you feel you need to say, you should always say it, because no one else could take that away from you.
Yeah. Well, I want to end this by formally introducing the team we put together. So really introducing it, not just saying your name. To my left, this is our extraordinary COO, Shriley Bourne, SCIAD graduate, and brilliant mind. Everything you see when it comes to the pitch, how it's designed, the logos, all of that is his work. You don't have to think whatever aesthetic, you come inside a frame, however it look, that's Sherrod Lightbourne. Everything you see first before you see the production is Sherrod Lightbourne. Our presentation, the way we dress, the way we cut our hair, keeping ourselves good, is Sherrod Lightbourne. That's our COO. He ain't playing with that.
What did he say?
Directly in front of me is Tariq Cartwright. He is one of the best when it comes to field work. He's our field manager. He's our studio manager. He's just good with human resources. See, everyone who comes in interaction with him really love him. Linda really love him. Also, like glad
Shout
she
out to
can't
Linda,
carry
man.
you the Freeport.
Shout out to Linda.
So
She would have taken him already.
when you come into our studio, you book our studio, you meet Tariq, who is our field manager and studio manager. Last but not least, sitting right adjacent from me is J. Michael Phoenix, the boss himself. He is our director of education. And we are not just throwing titles on people. This man is one of the founders of Boost Academy. He knows how to put curriculums together. Frame Studio is trying to present excellence, and we want to teach the future generation on how to do stuff, right terminology. So when we work with U.S. people, Canadian people, when they come over, we can speak their language when it comes to gears and how to set up. We don't have two of our members here, our CTO, our Chief Technical Officer, which is Stephen Brown. You guys will meet him soon. We're about to launch some stuff so you guys can see. And then we have Storm Reckley, who is our second shooter, great guy. I call him the humble giant.
Hulk.
That's our Hulk,
the humble giant. So the team going from two guys who had a crazy idea and took a leap of faith. And now we are power packed with 6 members.
We could form Voltron.
Yeah. In Frame Studio. So I just wanted to introduce everybody in that way. And SL, you take it over and bring us home.
If you're watching this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that bell so that you always can be notified when we put out a new episode. If you're listening to our podcast, make sure you subscribe to Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, wherever you listen to your podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you always know when we're coming out with a new episode. And stay tuned for the next episode. Like I said, we have an amazing lineup of guests this season. We heard you. We heard your cries. You guys need to have guests. We're gonna have some incredible guests, all featured, who are all a part of the creative industry, creative field at electronic gems on the podcast. And if you don't know, remember Ty is the one behind the logo where you hear the soundbite. Ty. All right.